All right. So today we saw try and catch, which was the first class we saw. Basically, what we're doing, try will handle the risky code or non-risky code, doesn't matter. Try will catch an exception or take an exception, whatever the exception is. After that, lines will not be executed and it will throw the exception to catch. So catch will handle the exception. That's why we give catch as a exception as a parameter, which is a class, and e as a reference variable. So e dot print stack trace, what it does? What does e dot print stack trace does? You guys don't know, is it? What does message does? E dot get message. Yeah.
It
Let
will
me.
print the stack.
It will bring the stack trace. Stack trace and since what exactly is the exception. Okay. This message will print what exactly is happening. Here divided by 0, right? If I execute this, right click, run as Java application. So infinity, because double is not considered as exception. Yesterday we saw that. Okay. Let us see the exception scenario. Here, if we run this, it is running. Message is this one. What exactly is happening? Divided by 0. Stack trace is what exactly is an exception. What is the message and which line it is getting the exception. Understood? Try and catch. Can we have multiple tries?
No, sir.
Can we have multiple catch?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Can we have multiple catch? Good. So can we have catch with same exception or different exceptions? If we are having a multiple catch. For example, can I write like the same? It will throw an exception or not?
Yes, sir.
Because the same shouldn't be there. It is understandable. Exception is a class which is a child of a throwable class, but it's a superclass of IO exception, of array index out of bound exception of. That's why we will not take. For example, if you are writing arithmetic exception, if there's a spelling, let's see, arithmetic, that's fine. See, we will having a multiple catch with different exceptions to handle different things. Okay, this was try and catch. You can do n number of scenarios. I'll give assignments at the end, maybe not today, maybe tomorrow, to understand the concepts. Okay, second we saw was finally. Okay, you tell me what is difference between final and finally. What is
Finally, it will execute whatever. Both are keywords.
good?
So both the keywords and finally will execute if the exception is there or not, it will execute anyway. But for final, if you are declaring a variable as final, then that the value of that variable can't be changed throughout the program.
Good, good. Final is a keyword. Final means it's an end. That keyword or variable cannot be changed the value. Okay. Finally is the block in exception handling where it will execute no matter what. Okay. So remember, guys, I told you what is a real life scenario finally, why we use catch, and where we use try. As I gave you one real life scenario where we are using these three keywords. Any idea? I would have explained if you have seen the recording. Okay, no issues. So try will always have the test case. For example, if you want like username and password, let's say you're logging into Amazon with username and password / password. So this entire thing will be written in try. So let's say if username and password are wrong, something like that. But if you want to run test case in regression, in catch, what we'll do, we'll capture a screenshot to understand which exactly test case got failure, and also we'll call the report also here. What do you understand what is reporting? If not, totally fine. We'll see in Selenium class. Report means it will give you how many test cases are passed, how many have failed, what is the ratio, etc. Everything. I use extend report in my framework. It's also very good reporting to understand the flow of the framework, the execution, how much time each and every test case took, etc. etc. So finally is always used to execute next test case, next suite, or next test case, etc. Means no matter what, even this, if test case fails, execute another test case. So always you have to understand all the test cases will start from the beginning. If you're in, you have, do you know the concept of functional test case, integration and regression?
Yes.
Yeah, at least by definition, if you know, that's totally fine. When you're going through a test case, so we'll understand each and everything. Okay, mostly we'll design system test cases where end-to-end flow works. We can also define functional too. Okay, that was finally. And throws, we also saw where exactly is throws. Okay, let me open the source, assignments, I think throw. So if you remember what exactly was throws, what we did here. Can anyone explain?
So throws is written after the method.
Not throws, throw.
So throw will be written without a try and catch.
Good.
It will create a new exception.
Yeah. Why do you want to create a new exception?
So since there is no try and catch, we have to handle the exception, no?
That is throws. Okay. So in this scenario, I'll explain. If okay, thank you for that, Dharni. I love the participation, definitely. So here, if you see, yesterday you have seen, I don't remember you joining yesterday, but still I'll explain this program. Okay. Through what we use, we create a new exception. New keyword, why we use new? Do we create anything? Where exactly we have used new again?
To create the objects.
Yeah, to create objects. So new is used to create. So here we are creating an exception. Why we are creating an exception? So one of the examples we took was marks, right? I think I asked Divya what her favorite subject was. I think she told Kannada. So anything like subject will not cross 100 marks generally. So if user enters marks 120, they should throw an exception. This is custom handle exception. What we are creating one. It's a throw exception. We are throwing a new exception. So of course it is not in the try and catch. So throw will use basically to make sure else part is executed and to make sure the program is working correctly so that user will never enter invalid input. One of the examples we saw. Good.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Last but not least, we saw throws. So throws, we saw an exception to be thrown after the method name, but it is not entered inside. Okay, let's say what happens if we write inside throws exception, something like that. Throws exception. What is the error? Syntax error, throws, throw expected. Throws is not expected, throw is expected. Okay, so throws cannot write inside the method. So we'll write on the signature. Now, so one of the examples I showed you was, let's say system.out.println. So 10 by the exception was coming. Yesterday I saw you this, and we're using try and catch. Okay, so I'll show you one more example which we use in real life. Let's say I want this test method to execute 10 seconds slower than the test method. Maybe this is a login scenario. Maybe this method is for clicking on let's say clicking on electronics section, something like that. So let's say you log into Amazon. Amazon will have different categories, men's section, women's section, etc. Let's say click on men's section of clothing. Okay, men's clothing, that will be better, I think, term wise. I think spelling is long, right? Click clothing. Okay. Now, as soon as you log in, it might take a second or two, right? We'll handle differently in Selenium. We have dynamic weights. But for now, if I don't write throws here, okay, it will still be okay. See, we are just looking on login. So I'm doing my thing. I'm just writing, okay, sys out and log into Amazon, etc. Now, I want this click on men's clothing to run after 5 seconds. Okay, something I'll do what there is a hard wait. There's something called dynamic wait. There's something called hard wait. So in Java we have hard wait. So if you want to get dynamic wait, we have to use wrapper class, that is Selenium. Not wrapper class, that is Selenium. We have to use Selenium methods. We have to use. Okay, but for now I'll explain you how we can use hard wait. Let's say I want to stop this for 3 seconds, and then I want to call test2. There's no test2. Okay, let me call this one. So even though we are in try and catch, so you can see the error here. Now tell me why the error is. So previously we saw it, try and catch, even though we wrote something, error didn't pop up. It is clearly an exception, right? 10 divided by 0. Why we are getting an exception here?
Can you go up a little bit?
Up. Okay, good. Let's go with.
No test method in above.
Okay, let's put login. Good. Is there an error? No, right?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
So, but do we have an error here?
Yes.
So, one of the ways we handle is try and catch. Okay. So, if we want to handle the exception before itself, one of the real life things, we throw an exception here itself. This is like prerequisite. Okay. Let's say Rajesh has a cricket match tomorrow. If it doesn't practice, I don't know, he's a bowler or a batsman. Let's say the batsman, right? If he doesn't practice, he'll get out. So this is called prerequisite, where he has to practice. So now see, it is got handled. This method will run after 3 seconds. This method will run. See, you will see the output. Okay, sys out, clicked on men clothing section. Okay, So now let me execute. First was login, second was men's clothing section. And also we have added multiple catch, but for now, let us have one catch. Okay, let me run this. 1, 2, 3. See, it took a while and then it displayed men's clothing section. Understood? Good intros?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And okay. So there are a number of things which I use is like, even I don't use the hardware. We use something called in Selenium. I don't know now I can get it or not. We use driver dot manage. Okay, see, now you're getting an error. What is the error? See, driver is a variable. So Java is not identifying a driver. So once we get a Selenium, Selenium will identify what exactly is a package or a library to import the driver. But for now, if you have understood it, totally fine. Okay. So these are the concepts we have discussed 2 days, which Monday and Tuesday. Everyone
So
good with that? Yeah, go
I
on.
have a doubt. So the thing is, what does the throws exception, because by adding that, what does it does here?
Yeah, what does it mean? It is like a prerequisite. So even if the exception is not there, don't do it. Okay, don't handle the exception. Let's say if exception is there, handle it by default.
But in this program, there is no exception, right?
There is no exception, but waiting is an exception. Okay, so once you understand the concept of multi-threading or synchronization, you will understand. So if it is not given right, so as soon as this method gets over, this will execute. Okay, for example, take a real life scenario. Okay, do you get an OTP? Let's say Dharni has then Dharni, which where do you do the shopping? Amazon or Flipkart, something like that.
Flipkart,
Which
sir.
is your favorite? Amazon. Okay. Let's say you're ordering something. Okay. So you're paying through credit card. Do you have a wait time for an OTP?
Yes, sir, maybe.
Maybe 90 seconds max. So once after 90 seconds, right? This OTP, what if even if you enter, it is expired. So do you guys know this concept, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's take you've done the shopping. Now you have tried to go on to the credit card section and you try to pay. So now if you want to validate through automation the validity and invalidity of OTP. So if you got somewhere like the 123 as an OTP, okay, now you have 90 seconds to validate. So tell me the one positive scenario and one negative scenario which you can.
So if I'm getting the OTP, I'll basically enter the OTP and click on enter. So
It would work.
it will work.
That is the
So
positive scenario. Now you tell me the negative scenario.
so if I entered a wrong OTP, then it will say display message that it is wrong, and will maybe ask us to resend the OTP, something like that.
Okay, that's one scenario. The second scenario, that's one negative. So other negative is, let's say we entered after 90 greater than 90 seconds. The positive OTP, the proper OTP. Okay. So there should be a test case that will make you 90 seconds, right? So there should be a test case that will wait the program for 90 seconds. Not getting okay. So
Yes, sir.
let me go. Let me take a little down. Okay. So let's take an example of an OTP. OTP is one-time password. It usually comes whenever you're doing a transaction or when you were validating or e-sign, etc. So here we are doing the payment. So payment always is a site where it works on time. Okay. Why? Because there is always cyber security issues. Many people can hack your credentials, etc. Okay. It always depends on time. You always go. We always, when you're entering an OTP, it's always max. I saw somewhere 180 seconds. Sometimes I saw 90 seconds. Okay. Let's take a 90-second scenario. If you're validating an OTP, okay, these are scenarios, guys. When you're doing the testing, you can do like this, okay? When you're validating the OTP, how you'll validate? First thing, you will do positive. Definitely positive should work. However, you're getting an OTP, enter the OTP, enter proper OTP. OTP, it is pass or fail?
Pass.
Pass, right? Okay, now, second, invalid OTP, pass or fail?
Fail.
Fail. Okay. Now there comes a critical part: time management or time testing. It is not a word, guys. Don't quote me on that. We are testing the time for a notification. Okay. It is not a real term. I'm just putting a time testing. Now, how do I validate time testing in this scenario?
We'll check if the OTP is entered within the time.
Yes. So two scenarios will come: less than 90 seconds, greater than 90 seconds. Right? These two scenarios will check. This is a positive scenario, and this is a negative scenario. Yeah, to get this position, I told all these things. So this is the hard weight. We can give hard weight of 90 seconds. So thread dot sleep. Thread, what exactly is the thread? Let's go a little deeper. What exactly is the thread? You would have got by now what exactly is the thread. Thread. Dot. If I get anything, what do you mean by thread?
Method.
It's a method.
Okay. Okay. No, okay. Is login a method? Right?
Yes.
If I put login dot, what will I get? Am I getting anything? Am I getting anything?
No, sir.
Reference variable, sir.
Now you
Thread.
tell me what is thread.
Thread is a variable.
That is a variable. Thread is what?
Class.
Class. Okay. Now understand always. So here, what is the class? Exception throws. Right? If you want to call this one, we'll use reference variable.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Let me go a little deeper. So guys, you're understanding, right? I just want to make sure you get this concept properly. Okay. Whatever question you ask, I'm ready to answer definitely. See, what we'll use reference variable equal to new class. And when you put rv dot, you're getting the objects, methods.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
always remember, object is a class is the blueprint of an object. Okay. Class, I told you long back. Example, animal is a class. Humans are objects. Cat is an object. Dog is an object. We all are animals, right? We are a social animal, of course. Cat, dog, tiger, everything are animals. So like that, class, object is a blueprint. Class is the thing, like object. We can have variations of the class. Now RV, if you put dot, you'll get all the methods like that. Thread is a class. If you put thread dot, you'll get all these things. Okay. But now we are only interested in sleep. Now you tell me what is sleep? What is sleep?
So method.
Method.
Good, then. That's what I like. See, whenever you have this open bracket, close bracket, right? It's a method. Okay. For example, thread dot. What is norm priority?
Normal priority.
Yeah, norm priority. What exactly it is?
So I think it means that we have to treat it with like ordinary thing. We
So, see, now you're understanding what is norm priority. Not understanding? If you're not understanding, no, totally fine. I'll explain. Shall I explain?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, chalo. So this is the class again, exception throws. Now, I took a variable. Let's say I took string. Let me take one name in the class. Anyone who have not taken. So let me take Lavanya. Okay, class name equal to Lavanya. Now, how do I take this? How do I call this name in the main method? How do I call this main method? How do I access this? I want to print Lavanya. Okay, how I can print Lavanya?
Both are static. We can print it as it is. I think so.
Yeah, it's not static, but still we can print, right? Okay, let's see if I put rv dot. Am I getting a name?
Yes, sir.
Right. So now, can I write like this? Sys out rv name. If I print, what it will come?
Lavanya. Name.
So name is what?
Lavanya.
Name is Lavanya, but exactly name is what?
Variable.
Variable.
Now you tell me what is non-priority.
Variable.
Variable.
See, a variable doesn't have like this. When anything has like this, it's a method. Okay. Now, what exactly is this?
Constructor.
Constructor.
Constructor. See, class will not have open bracket, close bracket. This is a constructor. What constructor it is?
Non-parameter.
Non-parameterized constructor.
One
Non-parameterized.
parameterized. Another name is
Default constructor.
Default.
default constructor. Correct. But in this program, there is no constructor. I also told one more thing. If there is no constructor, what program will do?
It will create itself.
Yeah, it will create its own constructor. So constructor, it will be like this. By default, that's it. If it is not there, it will create by itself. Okay. Okay. And I think we have taken a long step, but understood, right? One of the things is like throws. It's like prerequisite to handle an exception. So this can also work as a try and catch. So try and catch, what they do, if the exception is there, it will throw, right? Here, even if exception is not there, it is a prerequisite, tells that handle the exception this particular method. This throws exception is not concerned about click on men's clothing. Okay, understood, guys? Good.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Good.
sir.
Let us write some theory part. Let me stop the share. Stop sharing. Maybe my voice is not that good today. I don't know how come I got a little cough. If you're not understanding or maybe my voice is not clear, let me know, okay? So let me share the screen. All right. So we did till throws example, right? Just write checked and unchecked. What is checked and unchecked? Write checked versus unchecked. Write what is checked exception and write the properties. So guys, I'll be back in a second. Okay, once you have done this, you guys have done this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So just write from here to the program, I'll just be back. Okay. Did you write till this point?
Writing, sir, last two lines.
Okay, go on. No issues. Okay, I'm going down. Just write unchecked exceptions. Then, guys, all right. So let's go to another page. So okay, write this custom also. Check exception. Okay. We wrote only unchecked. Okay. Right from here. Write the program also. Also write creating custom exceptions. So let me know when you're done. So write these two types of custom exceptions. And see the entire program. Just write this program. Don't write the 10th one. So write the 10th one also. It's a custom unchecked exception. Write the 10th one also. Good, guys. Shall we move to next screen? Okay, let's move to our next page. Let me go. Custom unchecked. Right till here. Okay. Then we'll don't write program 11, by the way. Okay. Just write program 10 till this point. Then we'll start explanation. Done till this page. Done, guys. I'm audible. Don't write the 11th program, okay? Awesome. So let me stop the share. So many thumbs up. Nice. Finally. Now let me share the screen, okay? One by one, we'll see what exactly is happening. So we have to check custom exceptions, checked and unchecked. Now, I think my screen is visible. Let me close this. Let us see what is checked and what is unchecked. So you would have seen in theory what exactly is checked and unchecked. Just by the word you'll understand, right? What is checked? You are checking it before. What is unchecked? You're not checking it. So put it in the terms of programming. Okay. Let us see one checked and unchecked exception. Let me go here, create a class. Let us see first checked exception. Okay, I need a main method also. So I'm removing that thread.class. Now, for example, if I write a method void test, and if I write sys out 10/0, and I'm trying to call this method. So you tell me, how do I call this method here?
Test.
Test.
This test? Okay. So do you know exception is there in the program?
Yes, sir.
Did it check? Did the compiler check? So
No.
are we getting any error?
No.
Yeah,
No.
right? Okay. Let us see one more method. Static void wait long. Something like that. Thread.sleep. So are we getting an error here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is it checked or not?
Checked.
So how do I call this wait long here?
Wait long.
Wait long. That's it. Because it's a static method. We are not getting an error here. Okay. We are getting an error here. Okay. Now, this is an example of unchecked. So this is an example of checked. Okay. Now you tell me, how can I handle these exceptions?
Need to write throws keyword in the
Throws.
method.
Okay. There is one way called throws. Throws exception. So specifically with exception. So if you want to know specifically, remove this. Remove this also. Hover it here, it will add throws or surrounded by try and catch. Click on this, it will show exactly what exact exception is this. Okay. So now, so you have handled like this. If I don't handle like this, what is the other way to handle?
Try catch.
Try catch. Where? Here or here?
Try means thread dot sleep. We should write it in inside the thread. Sorry, try.
Okay, good. Catch also will do. So what exception it was?
Interrupted exception.
Interrupted.
Okay, you can give the exact name. That will be better. You can give a generic name also, not an issue. See, it got handled
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
right now. Now you tell me, if I run this program, will I get any error?
Scroll up, sir. Screen.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, sir. Might be will get because of the sixth line. Exception will get.
Sixth line? Okay. Now, if it is like this, okay, let's run. Let's run. So, what is this? Check the
Check.
Check the
exception.
exception.
Line number 6. Click on
6.
it here. 6. Okay. Check the exception. Line number 18. Did it tell anything about this? No.
No, sir.
No.
Right? Okay. If I just comment this, let's see. Right-click, run as Java application. Did we not handle try and catch? So this will throw an exception. No, right? Execution is over. Nothing has happened. It just waited for 2 seconds. That's it. Nothing has happened. Not understanding this part. Okay. Can I write this code, this entire code in try and catch? 18th and 19th. Try. Try can be alone. Try be alone.
No, sir.
So catch.
Always
Catch.
should have a catch. Good. Let's catch some exception. So you may ask, already I have try and catch for this wait long. Again, I'm writing a wait long here. Again, that is in try and catch. Does it matter? We are catching the entire code exceptions, not only for wait long. Okay. So we can have methods, static methods in try and catch. We can call this method into another method also in try and catch. Okay. That is also not an issue. Now, exception will be handled here.
Yes, sir.
Right? Okay. Will the 20th line code will execute?
No, I think because test itself has an exception, so I don't think it will execute.
Yes. Let's see. Run as Java application. Exception handled. But we are not having anything in the catch, right? It's okay. Let's put sys out. I just want e.get message. Okay. Let me execute now. It handled exception. If I put this one also here, we'll get an exactly whether this code is executed or not. Okay. So let me right click here. Run as the application. No. Always remember, always. If the exception is there, the program will stop there itself. It will go to catch. Doesn't matter if anything is there after that exception. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. Let us see one more example, okay? Of checked, maybe unchecked, I'll add one more class to get more clarity. Okay, guys, when you see the recording, the class is checked, okay? The class is unchecked. I have explained both in checked itself, okay? Don't get confused. In the checked itself, I have, this is what exception again?
Unchecked.
Unchecked exception.
This is unchecked.
Arithmetic exception.
Arithmetic only, but what category? Checked or unchecked?
Unchecked only, sir.
Unchecked, right?
Unchecked. It's not checked, okay? Because he clearly knows it's an exception, but it is not giving error. So thread.sleep was one of the checked exception. What do you mean by checked? Checked are nothing but compile time exceptions. I'll write it here. Compile time exceptions. Okay. Unchecked are runtime exceptions. So this is an exception, but we'll get to know when we run this program. That's called runtime exception. Okay. So now let us take one example. We'll learn this file exception future, but for this, I'll try to explain it. Okay. So let me write a try. Let me write a catch. Exception in. Now, I'll take a file reader. Okay, now what is file reader here? Okay, I'll give you more context. You tell me what is file reader.
Used to read the file.
That's good. But what exactly is a file reader? I don't want definition. I want the type. What exactly is that?
To read
It's a
Excel file.
class name, sir.
Yes, that's good. That's a class name. Thanks, guys. Dharni and Pavitra. That's really good. Participation really good. See here. Are we getting an exception? See, something we have to get imported. Now, so if you don't write this one in try and catch, there is some error here.
Yes, sir.
Let's say Excel, XLS. Okay. XLS, I think. Then is key. Okay. What it's saying?
To add throws declaration.
Checked or unchecked?
Checked.
Checked, right? See, it is checking in the compile time itself. Right? Whatever you're writing, it's checked. So once you write this, it is handled. File not found, exception is the one. Or you can write try and catch. Good. So we have seen two checked exceptions. File not found and okay, let me say this. What is the exception?
Interrupted exception.
Interrupted exception. This checked exception. No, this is unchecked exception. What is this? What is the name of this unchecked exception?
Arithmetic.
Arithmetic exception.
Arithmetic exception. Okay. Good. So shall we see one more example of unchecked?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So for you guys to understand more. Okay. So this is a checked exception, but we are doing in unchecked. Okay. Just for example, I added. Okay. Now again, let me write string s or string class. Can I write class as a string variable name?
No, sir.
No,
Why?
sir.
No.
The reserved keyword.
Yeah, it's a keyword. So something I'll write Classian. Okay. Now, what do you mean null here?
No value.
Nothing, no value is okay. Null is no value. Now, what if I want the length of the string? This out Classian
Dot
again.
length.
Dot length.
Dot length. Length is a method or a variable?
Method.
Method.
Correct. No, it is checked or unchecked?
Unchecked.
Check.
Unchecked. Checked. Huh?
No, sir. Unchecked.
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 See, error, the income means it is not checked. Okay. It's not like that. See, here we know it will throw an exception. Okay. But because it's a null, it has to identify. Did Java identify this before running?
No.
That is why it is unchecked. So checked is, we saw the same example. Interrupted was a checked. File not found was a checked. Still getting an issue? No, right?
Yes, sir.
Very
No,
good.
sir.
Okay. Let me switch on. Okay. Chalo. So if I run this, right click, exception, null pointer exception. So these are all the exception you'll face when you are doing a programming. Okay. You'll understand at the time. Now, but we have throws here. Still it have an exception. What do we have to do here? What is the issue with the program now?
I have to give the correct exception name.
Correct exception name. If I just add it here, It is handled and giving exact thing. Cannot invoke class n is null. Now you tell me what is the throws work? Will it handle checked or unchecked?
Unchecked.
Unchecked.
Unchecked exception. This is a checked or unchecked.
Unchecked, sir.
So did it handle? You're still getting no
Yes.
exception.
It's handling.
So throws only handles checked exceptions. Okay. So now, if this doesn't work, how to handle this?
So
Always
sorry, I
there.
didn't get what you said. So throws it doesn't handle unchecked exceptions.
See. Okay, let us go a little back. Okay. So we had this one. Okay. Let me remove try and catch. This is checked or unchecked?
Checked.
Checked.
Checked because we are getting an error. Now, if I put like this is handled, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So throw handles checked or unchecked?
Checked.
Checked.
Because compiler knows that it is handling some exception which is already there. Now, does compiler know this exception before running?
No.
No.
No, sir.
Throws will not handle it. So how to handle this?
Try catch.
That's it. Try and catch. Again. Try. Again. Catch. What is the catch? Now here, always remember, exception is the one which we use. Or directly we can use null pointer exception. Both ways it should work. Here we can write sysout e dot get localized message. Oh, anything is fine. Let's see. Let us run this. Run it. Okay. This is the exact message which we are getting. Handled.
Yes, sir.
Good. Shall we see one more unchecked exception?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good. If you remember, in the first class, I think when we are doing the try and catch, I gave an example of an array. Okay, tell me how do I write an array?
New int of
Yeah,
New
new
size
size
of
of
array.
the array.
size. Okay, now checked or unchecked?
Unchecked.
Unchecked. Why?
Because no error is showing now.
No error is showing. Okay, good. If array throws, will it be handled?
No.
No.
No. So it is only handled by try and catch. See, that's why most of the things we write in try and catch. Now, if I write try and catch, exact array out of bound exceptions, it will be handled. Okay, good. One more example.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Chalo. So, you remember parsing in parsing? Okay, don't
Yes,
remember?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you remember string, let's say string s equal to 20. How do I parse this string s equal to 20 to integer? Tell me.
Int
Variable.
Int variable is equal to
Variable.
parse parse dot integer.
Integer dot parse int of yes.
That's it.
Parse
Integer.
int
parse int integer dot parse int.
Integer dot parse it of
parse int of yes.
no. Okay. If I put sys out of c, what will be the value? 20?
20.
20.
Yes.
Okay. So it's correct, no exception. Now, instead of 20, okay, I want one name. Let me write. I've already taken everyone's name, I think. It's a Lakshmi Kanta, okay? Lakshmi Kanta. If I'm missing your name, sorry, I'll just write Lakshmi, okay? Now, you tell me what will the program do?
Error.
Error? What is
Yes,
error?
sir.
String value only, we are converting to integer. So, is it unchecked or checked? First, you tell me.
Unchecked.
Unchecked.
You know this cannot be converted to integer. What it will convert? It will remove each and everything, char value, and then put numbers. Huh? No. Then what is the exception if we will see? Number format exception. It's not a number, it cannot be converted. So now, again, we have written try and catch. If you write in try and catch, it will work. Try. Again, catch. Exception. Exception is generalized word, okay? Again, we can use the same thing. Get message, localized message. If we run this, it will tell, okay, Lakshmi cannot be converted to a number. Okay, good. Any doubts in checked and unchecked? You want one more example, or let's move on to the next topic?
Next
Any
topic.
doubts?
No.
Next topic. Good, chalo. We'll see next topic. What was the next topic, by the way? Custom exceptions, right? Okay, well, that is the thing. Wait, let me check. So exceptions are always important, guys. Always, whenever write a test case, file not found will be an exception always. You'll get arithmetic exceptions. Sometimes arrays. Always we use we use um, a number of things. So always try and catch are the first thing we use. Throws we'll use for methods. Always handling exceptions is main priority. Now let us see custom exceptions. So what do you understand by custom exception name? Custom means what?
Default.
It is written by
Custom
us.
is exception, right?
Written by us.
For example, let's say Rajesh has taken a bike. Rajesh, are you a bike fan?
Yes, sir.
Okay, which bike do you like?
Expulse.
Okay, sorry,
Expulse. Expulse, sir. Expulse.
Expulse. Okay. Now Rajesh is going in an Expulse bike. Now he wants to have a great silencer where he can go on a highway and just race the bike. What he's doing now? He's doing customization, right?
Right.
You are
Yes.
adding something, right? Now, custom exceptions are the similar concept. Customizing exception for our use. Examples we'll see now. Why we need? We saw something example with throw. Remember a little while ago, we had an example of a throw that we are adding. If marks are greater than 100, we are throwing an exception that is the customized exception. We added for our own thing. Okay, let us see the same example here. Now, this is an exception which we are handling. If we don't write this, will this throw any error? Yes or no?
No. No.
Let's say I write 120. No, right? Program has ended. Now, this is neither checked or unchecked because there is no exception. Now, if I do like this, is it checked or unchecked?
Checked.
Checked. What is checked here? It is customization. Okay. We'll see. Don't go to custom checked exception and all. Just come to normal, checked or unchecked. It's not checked. It can be unchecked because there is no error. But this is what we are throwing. It can be, it is only customizable, customized exception. Just like how Rajesh is adding a silencer. So this is what we are adding. It has to be context of the programming. Good?
Yes,
Understood
sir.
till this point? Okay. Now, let us see what is a customized unchecked. We haven't seen till now. Customized unchecked. Understood at this point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let us see one more example. Do you remember super?
Yes, sir.
Super, right? Okay. So super exception something will get, okay? And it should be always a camel case. Sorry, Pascal case. Let me go here. So when do we use super? Can I use super? Okay. So constructor of this is super exception. Again. So if I put super of 100. So what exactly is given here? Create method. Okay. If I just run this, it's an error. Okay. What is the error? Unsolved compilation problems. This is not an exception. Okay. It's an error. Directly showing X here. X, what is it? Difference between error and an exception, checked exception, is this. Thread dot sleep. Let's say 2000. See, this is not complete X, right? It is showing unhandled exception. Understanding the difference? You understand? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, for super, you tell me when do we use super?
We
When we
have to
are
call object from
called the
parent.
parent class.
Okay. So now let me add two classes here. Okay. So let me remove this thread. My voice is very bad. Sorry for that. I think I'll complete. I'll just add this custom little bit, and then tomorrow we'll continue. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So super will only work if there is what. So I'll take one more class. Let me take class Dharni. Okay. Let me take class Dharni. Okay. So there is no error till now. Okay. Let me put main method here. Now let me write some program here. Class Dharni here. Can Dharni have a default constructor?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Dharni. How to call the default constructor of super exception?
Super. What's
Super?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Is Dharni extending? What? Sorry, is Dharni having inheritance with? Sorry, Dharni
No,
class having inheritance. Okay.
Learning
No,
class
right?
is
But
not
super has error. Okay. Chalo. What exactly is an error here? Okay. First, let me call this Dharni. Okay. So new Dharni, right? You remember this is also another way to call a default constructor.
Yes, sir.
What we previously use, we'll use a class name reference variable. If reference variable is not used, we can directly call a constructor. It will call this and it will call super. So let's run this. We want Dharni to be. So where exactly is going? Is it calling some class?
Yes.
What? Okay. Now did we get an exception here?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No. If there is a class which is not having any inheritance or even exception, this class also, it directly inherits by default an object class. I told you this long back. Remember, guys?
Yes, sir. Yes,
You don't remember?
yes sir. Remember.
Okay. Chalo, if it, let's say if it extends something. Okay. So let it extend. There are two types of exceptions, I think. Okay. We let it extend exception itself. So exception is a class which is extends a throwable class which extends or implements a interface serializable. This I'm giving a hierarchy what exactly I'm doing. Now, if I extend Dharni is having a this one. Default serializary, blah 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 blah. Now, what this super does, it goes to this exception, right? That's what Dharni is doing, running this exception,
Yes, sir.
right? Okay. If this runs an exception, extends extends Dharni. If I call super exception constructor, and if I have a main method calling a default constructor here, which is super exception, and I'm calling super here. What I'm doing here now? You explain me this logic.
Dharani class you extend this to exception class, but where is that exception class, sir? Here?
So exception class is the internal class of Java.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay, sir.
now, okay. So how will what is happening? I'm going to tell you an example. That's why I added this all confusion. Okay. Now this calling super. What exactly is super? What exactly it means? Calling a what constructor?
Default
Okay.
constructor in class Dharni.
Default constructor, right? Default constructor.
In its parent class.
Yes. So what is the parent class of super?
Super exception.
Okay, super exception. Dharni is right. Dharni is the
Yes, sir.
parent is exception. Now,
Exception.
till you understood this concept.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you understood this concept, let me remove class Dharni. Okay. Let me explain a simple concept. Now, you remember, guys, marks and all we had marks.
Yes,
Same
sir.
program. So where is the throw wala? Okay. We'll use the same thing but with super. Okay. Same logic again. One more class we need. Okay. Same. Let's say the class Dharni only. Same class Dharni. Doesn't have to be public, whatever it is. Okay. Now, If I want to call Dharni's constructor, how do I call it? Super? Which is super class here in this both? Which is a parent, which is child?
Dharani is parent and super exception is child.
Dharani is parent and super exception is child.
Okay, now so super exception is a child, Dharni is a parent. Now here we'll take something called int marks. Okay, something like that. Now here I want to call marks. Now to call this super marks, okay, and now I forget about this. What it is, what is telling actually? Super of marks. What exactly is telling? Int
The
marks.
super class, there should be some parameterized construct.
Parameter should be declared in Dharani's class.
Correct. So Dharni should have a marks parameterized constructor, which should have int marks, something like that. Okay. So let us do some calculation here. Same thing. Exception throw. We'll have. We can call this entire thing copy paste here. So int marks we don't need. Scanner. So scanner again. Let's go here a little bit. We'll call scanner here. Static it should be because we are calling it inside. Now to call Dharni, to call this and to call this exception, where main method should be there? Where main method should be there?
Super exception.
Ah, good. That's what I wanted. So I just reversed it, guys. So always I had a parent here, child there. Just I'm reversing it for you. Okay. Wait, what happened? Okay. Now, to call super exception, how do I call it? Can I get super exception of 120? What is the error now? Can I directly call like this? If I directly call, what exactly does it mean? It means it's a method, right? But it's constructed a method. No, right? Okay.
Yes.
Can I call like new? Working?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Good. Chalo. If I run this, I should get an answer. Now I have to run configuration as super exception. 120. See? I am actually throwing an exception. Okay? This is not exception. 120 should not be an exception. Okay? Here. This is a custom exception, but it is a custom unchecked or unchecked. Now, you understand unchecked or unchecked?
Unchecked.
It is a unchecked custom exception because there is no error. So there is a checked or unchecked, which is decided by Java. Custom unchecked or checked is decided by us. Okay, now let me run this again. Run as the application. 90 valid marks, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, chala. So tomorrow we'll see custom checked. Okay, and few of the programs will practice. Any doubts in today's session? So I'm going lighter. Okay, 11 o'clock we'll end. 9:30 or 9:25 we'll start. Something like that. Okay. Any doubts, guys?
No, sir.
Good. Okay. I hope you're liking exceptions. Exceptions are really important. And also only 5 keywords are there. Try, catch, throw, throws, finally. So everything else is like mix and match. But you have to, based on situation, you have to do the programming. Okay. Let me stop the share. First, let me stop the recording.